What's up with y'all boys? It's me, Ace the Bandit. I know, I'm back. Rejoice, rejoice. It's okay. I'll give you guys your time to cheer. Today, I just want to talk about Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat. Let's just get straight to it. A lot of people have their own opinions of the fight, which I think is totally fine. But I feel like a lot of people get their opinions dismissed that it was a boring fight. And I feel like that's like a totally justifiable opinion to have. And I just don't understand why people are getting kind of annoyed about it. The main person, well, not the main person, but the most important person, or the person I hold in the highest respect, that's saying the same particular point that I just don't think is true, is none other than Demetrius Johnson himself, the GOAT, the lightweight GOAT. Well, he's not lightweight, featherweight, flyweight, what the fuck, whatever. Anyways, he basically said,
if you guys don't want to watch grappling and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, don't watch UFC. Go watch One Championship, go watch Glory, go watch kickboxing, go watch Muay Thai. It's very simple. You guys are complaining about something that it's a very simple problem to fix. For example, let's say Khamzat's about to fight again. You don't want to watch his style. All you gotta do is go like this. You see this button right here? It's called off button. You just go like this, you go off.
all that's fair, and don't watch is kind of like an argument that a lot of people use for certain things, but I feel like that's kind of unfair because we were advertised a certain type of fighting style. He has a history of going for submissions, and a lot of people feel that he didn't go for as many in this fight. Some people are saying that he went for 0 submissions. He didn't go for 0, he went for a few, but DDP had at least good submission defense. About, you know, that's about it. That's all I could really say about DDP in this fight. People are holding Khamzat entirely responsible of why the fight was so bad, and I don't think that that's like exactly true. At first I did, because I was kind of mad because Dricus was my pick, but looking back at it, Dricus, he didn't adapt to anything. I guess that's kind of like a sign of, and I'm gonna say this, and no South Africans like kill me in the comment section, but I guess that's like a sign of like low fight IQ when you don't adapt, because he kept going with his high guard and stuff, knowing that Chimaev was gonna go for the takedown and stuff like that, and he didn't adjust his game plan at all, and his even his coaches didn't even know what the hell like to do for the following rounds, and it was just a repeat over and over and over until round 5, where Khamzat kind of let him work a little bit, in my opinion. I mean, well, DDP reversed something, but at the end, like the literal last 10 seconds, Khamzat just let him work. He popped his head out of the guillotine, so it didn't even work anyway. But Dricus was going for submissions and stuff. I had Dricus round 3 submission win, and I know a lot of people think that's weird. I knew that he's gonna get taken down to the ground, but and I kind of thought that he would have like did. I thought he was gonna do the most cartoonish shit, like fucking take Khamzat's hand and stretch it around. And wrap it around his neck like a Popeye sketch or something like that. I thought that he was gonna do it, and to be honest, I was kind of close, because the striking, there wasn't really much that was going on with the striking, but whenever it went to round 5 and stuff, he actually did get close to a submission, in my opinion. Whatever, that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. In my opinion, people but people have the right to call something boring. If we're calling Sean Strickland boring for doing stand-up fights and stuff like that, I feel like it's totally fair that we could say that wrestling for control time for 23 minutes could be seen as boring, especially when it's just the same things. It's the crucifixion. It's the crucifix with the little tiny head bops and stuff like. Okay, edit that out. The crucifixion with the tiny, like, no, that's worse. Fuck. The crucifixion with the tiny head bops and shit like that, and occasionally like an elbow or something. And then on top of that, get it kneed in the butt for like most of the fight. I feel like people are rightfully so pointing out that it could have been seen as boring. It was a dominant performance. Like, Khamzat did exactly what he was supposed to do, and Dricus didn't do what he was supposed to do, which was adjust to the game plan or prepare for being taken down and stuff like that. His whole thing was, I'm gonna get back up, but he didn't get up once, which is crazy to me. I personally also think that if you don't want to just see a mostly dominant wrestling match during an MMA fight, it's fine, because it's mixed martial arts, so mix in the martial arts. I mean, we kind of saw a little bit of the stand-up, but immediately, as soon as Khamzat felt not even threatened, as soon as he made Dricus feel comfortable with standing up, then he took him right back down. So in my opinion, I feel like it's a fair thing to point out that it's kind of boring. Like, you could walk away if you knew the results of the fight and stuff like that, and you weren't hyped off of the adrenaline that it was happening live, and you were watching it the next day, you could literally walk away and come back and just be like, I didn't miss anything significant. Everything was pretty much the same until like round 5 and stuff like that, like right at the end, which I only got excited because Drake has kind of started pushing his pace finally. Anyways, I just think that this is like a little quick video, but I just want to get back into like the mood of like making videos and stuff like that. But I think that it's a totally fair thing to point out. You could also say that Drake wasn't really doing his best to make it entertaining either. I mean, he was trying, but once again, he wasn't adjusting and stuff like that. And just like what I said with Sean Strickland earlier, he was trying to bring the fight to Paulo Costa whenever they fought, and Paulo Costa was kind of being very timid about making attempts towards stuff. I guess sometimes we forget that these fighters are kind of like looking for their goals and stuff like that. They want to feed their families, they want to get this money, they want to get the belt and stuff like that. So sometimes they're going to make it like boring and stuff like that to get their job done, which is totally fine. I don't mind that. But at the same token, let's not just act like it's not boring. And let's not demonize people for saying that's boring. Let's not call people casuals for saying that's boring. If people find it boring, they find it boring. It's not that big of a deal. And the people who say, oh, if you don't like it, go watch boxing or go watch kickboxing and stuff like that. Brother, people, come on, man. People were big fans of Khamzat. They were hyped for this fight. They knew what type of style he brought, but they also were going off of the Kamaru Usman and the Gilbert Burns fights, where it was a long drawn out battle where there was wrestling mixed into it. It was mixed martial arts. I don't get why this is a hard thing for people to kind of digest, but whatever. Either way, I'm back. Ace the Bandit. I don't know how outro. I'm out. See y'all later.